So she can't sit still at all.
She's someone who's got a lot of energy.
So I can never do this with her right now. She'd be like, please get me out of the car. You can't drive it like 30
She
kilometers
will tell,
per
let
hour.
me drive. Let me drive.
Presenting Maruti Suzuki Espresso. With more space, more style, more mileage, it's made for more.
Hello people, thank you so much for joining us on Maruti Suzuki Arena Presents Icons Made for More. Now I'm with Mithali Raj. We're two South Indians who are taking a spin around the city of Delhi.
Yeah.
And I think I'm doing a decent job because we're sitting in this lovely car, the Maruti Suzuki Espresso. And I'm just having such an amazing time, Mithali, talking to you about the current icons of Indian women's cricket. Yeah. Now the next person that I'm going to talk to you about, I'll give you a little bit of a clue as well.
Okay.
Not as big a clue as the previous one, but I'll give you a small clue. Yeah.
Okay.
She holds a bat on the field and she holds a guitar off it.
Again, it's so easy because when you know the players in and out, so
Like you do.
it is the young Jemima.
That's right. You
Yeah.
call her Jemmy.
Yeah.
We all fondly know her as Jemima Rodriguez. Look, there have been a lot of similarities between the two of you. Very much like you, she broke into the scene as a prodigy in junior cricket. Do you remember the first time you watched her play?
She made her debut in 2018,
Huh.
immediately after the 2017 World Cup.
Yeah.
I remember the South Africa tour where she got into the side. And she was this young, bubbly, but a little bit of nerves because it's your first tour, and you know we just got out that 2017 World Cup. You know the team, the players, everybody were like the household names, and suddenly you have this young talent coming into the team. So she was pretty quiet, but I think the girls around made her more comfortable, and now you see that. If I may say, gregarious sort of personality where you know she enjoys being on the ground, she enjoys that the stadium atmosphere, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, you called her gregarious. I'd like to call her a live wire. She really makes every space her own,
Yeah.
is what I'd like to think. And just in terms of her singing and her, musician skills, her guitar skills, give us your rating out of 10. How good of
I
a singer
remember
is
there's
she?
one of these tours. It's probably one of those initial tours where she carried her guitar, and apparently our rooms were pretty close. And one day in the morning, I had this habit of getting early and sipping my tea or coffee, if at all I'm lucky enough to have a balcony. And then I heard this strings being played. I'm like, who early in the morning is playing this? I just like to enjoy that calmness early in the morning where there's no sound and there are no people around, just the silence. And then you hear this music.
This
the
is
string-
nice, but I'd like to hear it 2 hours later.
No, but yeah, that is one of those things where I got to know that she actually enjoys music on her own. It's
Yeah.
just not for people, but for her own self. So,
You still haven't given me your rating. Let's rate her singing skills first.
well, I mean, I'm not much into music, so I don't know if my ratings are good, but I think anything that you make everybody enjoy should be given good number, 10 on 10.
What version of Jemima Rodriguez do you see in the dressing room, and how different is it from the version we get to see?
I think in the last couple of years, I don't see there is a different version in the dressing room and out. I think she's kept it pretty close to what she's on the ground is what she is in the dressing room. When she came in, she took her time because everybody does. Like, you know, you're just trying to find your place in the dressing room. So you're either too quiet or too loud, you know, all of that. But once you find your people in the dressing room, you enjoy the company and everything. And then you try and keep it as real as you can. So that's what I see, like, you know, what she is on the field. She enjoys being around people, you know, as you said, live wire, you know, on the field, doing something. She's part of something, either it's fielding or batting. And similarly in the dressing room also, she has to be in that mix of things. Like, you know, either she's dancing, she's playing a guitar, or she's cracking jokes, she's enacting something. So, yeah.
So she can't sit still at all.
She's someone who's got a lot of energy.
So I can never do this with her right now. She'd be like, please get me out of the car. You can't drive it like 30
She
kilometers
will tell,
per
let
hour.
me drive. Let me drive.
If you had to pick one person to probably play a character in a movie, it would be Jemima, because she has all the skill sets.
Yeah, yeah, and she will also sort of, come up with her own traits for that character. Even though the director or the story writer has a certain traits for a character, she'll no. I think this will do good. She'll come up with her own innovative, creative skills.
Speaking about movie stars and movies, Mithali, how does it feel to have a biopic of yours in the market? A film that is completely recorded the entire span of your career.
Initially, I was a bit nervous. I didn't know like how people would accept it or but I think it's not something that everybody can talk about.
Absolutely.
Very few people, very few athletes have movies made on their journey. So yes, I think I'm that one of those fortunate, and I just feel happy that I was able to get just not my story. It's also there is a part of women's cricket, in that story. So I was able to get women's cricket out there for people.
Thank you so much, Mithali, for sharing these lovely insights about Jemimah and letting us know a little bit more about her as a person as well. And guys, we've got some extra scoop for you. Not us, but Jemimah Rodrigues gives you some dressing room scoop. Listen in.
Who in the Indian team is most likely to break into dance to celebrate a wicket?
Radha and Devika.
Who is most likely to give a batter a send-off?
Radha, Harry. So, Radha, you don't need to get her pumped up. She's very pumped up whenever she plays. And that's her zone, that aggressive zone, and that's what gets the best out of her. So, I think Radha will be one. And if any batter ticks her off or hits her for a 6 or a 4, next ball she comes hard at you. So I think Radha and Haridi is also pretty much the same like Radha. She's very aggressive and she's very passionate about her sport. So I think, yeah, both them.
If you wanted to up your social game, who would you ask for help with your handles?
Jemimah Rodrigues.
If you were ill and needed a teammate to pamper you, who would it be?
I would go to Smriti or Radha, yeah.
If you needed someone to DJ for your birthday party, whom would you ask?
Oh, tough question. Myself, definitely myself, because I know my choice the best. But I think after me, I would go to Radha.
And who would you hire as a chef for the same party?
Smriti, she cooks paneer butter masala really well. I've not tasted it, but that's what she told me.
If you were confused about a cricket rule and needed to check with someone, who would it be?
Wikipedia, Shikha Pandey.
If you were stuck on a deserted island, which teammate would you want for company?
Okay, I'll name a few. Otherwise, it would just be the same every time. So I would go with Devika, Harleen, Radha, Smriti.
If you were going on a dance reality show, which teammate would you pick as a partner?
Devika and Radha.
Whom would you go to advice on family or friendship?
My go-to person would be Smriti.
Presenting Maruti Suzuki Espresso. With more space, more style, more mileage, it's made for more.